No names.
Start. Mark Papish, present. Dr. Felice, here, present. Dr. Wolf?
In Japan.
Japan.
Or he's like flying to Japan.
Big excuse.
I know. It's probably not even Japan. He's trying to get sushi.
Right. Larson? Stu Miller here. Lino? Sakura's Garnett?
Yep. Present and accounted for.
Good Sam? Dr. Kim? Hudson Valley?
Gertie here.
Health Alliance?
Here.
Northern Duchess? Nyack? Garnet? Putnam? St. Anthony's? Hudson? St. Luke's?
I'll be St. Luke's also.
Should do 2 votes.
Sharon? Santos? Vassar? You're listed as the director and the physician representative. You're the alternate?
Maybe the alternate name should be Dan. Maybe.
Should be who?
Dr. Wolf. Right? I think so.
Again?
Well, you should be both of them. I'm like, you know, but it's just him listed in 2 spots. Westchester Medical Center? Yeah, I can represent Westchester.
Yeah.
Since we're doing this.
Yeah.
There's just gonna be 3 people at all the meetings.
We'll cover them all.
And EMS liaison,
7 votes.
Larson's absent. Dr. Brooke. All right.
Dr. Brooke just walked in.
Sorry.
Cool.
He just started, don't worry.
All right. Roll call is done. Review the minutes. Everybody get a chance to review the minutes we're sent out? Say yes. Motion to accept the minutes. Second?
Second.
Minutes are approved. All right, old business. Supraglottic pilot.
It's coming.
So it's Christmas.
Yeah.
I bet Christmas comes first.
That's good odds, right?
I think it'll be
But
by
next
the end of the year.
Christmas, I don't know.
Any day for the policy vote.
Any day now.
What's our meeting in January? Like,
January 5th, I think.
yeah,
or
that
something
second,
like that.
yeah, so it'll be by then, I think. They'll probably put it on that agenda. Okay.
Any day.
Right?
Yep.
All right, so
Keep searching.
I believe that there's a few people that have done some of the pediatric training and put it online. I understand that the training that we had done, you and I, Pam, is
Yeah.
going to be on the Vital Signs Academy
Okay.
for people to look at, and then for Dr. Dorset and Cushman's end title for BLS providers is going to be on there as well.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a great one, yeah.
Yeah.
So all those
Anyone
things are going
hasn't
to
seen
be.
it, it was excellent.
All those things are
Cushman
going to
always
be
does a
available.
good one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So,
More than my squeaky.
the suggestion that I have is just, you know, get the equipment, do the training, roll it out, practice, and just be ready for when it comes out.
I do have a question about the pediatric training. And Rich Parrish put together a good program. I was sharing it with some other people to get an opinion. In it, he's very specific about the Broslow tape versus a petty wheel. Are we insisting on a Broslow, or should we add in a disclaimer about?
No, I think you can advocate for a length-based
Base
resuscitation.
measuring device.
Yeah, more generic.
I just want to make sure we're not pigeonholing us.
No,
But I think they can use any validated, like they want to use PDStat app or like any validated
Right,
tool.
correct. The state, a couple of years ago, was it Cushman and Company that looked at the pediatric dosages on the tape, and they weren't.
The tape is not, yeah, there's
that's
been
always
some
been
issues.
an issue of debate.
Yeah.
As to, well, I think the issue is that it's not the tape as much as all the children are fatter.
Well, right, exactly. So the tape was modeled off children in like the 60s. Not children of today, so.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll let Rich about that. Then.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
So,
The policy endorsements coming from which body, and that's gonna be for both adult and
The
pediatric?
Bureau, so,
Bureau,
yeah,
yeah.
the Bureau is
Statement.
finalizing the policy statement on it.
Correct.
And that'll include adult and pediatric?
Yes.
If trained and equipped,
Yes. Correct.
We hope so.
And regionally improved.
yep.
Yeah.
all right, so restocking at hospitals, there hasn't been any, to my knowledge, movement on that, other than what I've looked into. You know, the appetite at my hospital is poor at best. You know,
So
like
you're
for,
not alone.
I don't know if anybody, what I'd be interested in though is if anybody has a hospital that has an interest in this, because if you think about it, there is a way, like, to make this financially beneficial for both hospitals and EMS. And so, like, if it does work according to the plan, the way it seems to be in Westchester, then there is an opportunity for, like, both hospital and EMS to save money. And, like, or at least not lose money that we currently lose as hospitals. But it requires quite a significant amount of, like, lift on the part of the hospitals to, you know, like, you may need a Pyxis, you know, like, so there's an investment. And the appetite for investment in general in hospitals for things that aren't mandatory tends to be low unless it can be shown that they benefit from it. So what I'm curious, I mean, I had very little success trying to convince my pharmacy, because they oversee this area in my hospital. But if anybody at their hospital, there is appetite to do this, please reach out to me, because, like, what I feel like could happen, and a possible route to evolution for this, is if one hospital buys in and starts doing it and can demonstrate that it works and it's successful, then, you know, like, it becomes logical. But until we see, and I was actually curious, like, I mean, in Westchester, if there's a hospital, do you know of any that are, like, operating well, doing this, not only with, like, IV bags, but with, like, we're talking about restocking, you know, drugs, non-narcotic drugs. Like, we could reach out to them and see how they're actually, like, operating it.
Yeah, I haven't had any reported problems of any restock of any equipment, medication included. And the last complaint that did come my way actually had to do with linens. They didn't get the memo that regionally it's a one-for-one restock, but the hospital didn't get the memo. So the security folks were stopping EMS from taking
Getting linens?
replacement linens.
You don't get a stack for everyone you leave?
Right.
I feel like that's probably the lowest, like, from a cost perspective,
Yeah.
compared to all these other things.
Otherwise, though, I've had no problems come my way.
Can you ask, or just see who's doing it, like, including drugs, like restocking albuterol, and because
Yep.
that's the real crux. I don't.
The only one I see doing it is all Remac, but they have Pyxis set up where you have to put in the patient's name and whatnot, so maybe Dr. Daly would be.
Yeah, they do have a pretty good system up there, so I think Daly could help you.
Okay. Everything's good at all. I've never been there. I don't really know.
It's
I
easier to
always
fix
hear
it
it.
than deal with Daly, so they just fix it.
Right, right.
I mean, that's.
That's
Okay.
true.
So this is going to be a project that's going to take some time, I think, but it has potential. So we'll keep kind of looking into it.
Not as long as Super Club.
Oh, for the love of God.
I don't know. Ambulance restock as an item of
But it
discussion at
increases,
these
that's-
meetings has been going on since, like,
Well, maybe they'll coincide, right? When iJug gets approved, we can restock the iJug suppository.
you never know. All right, service upgrades. Milton Fire Department, glucometry and Narcan. And we have a couple others. Mountain Home EMS, glucometry, CPAP, albuterol, 12 lead and Narcan. Taconic DDSO, PAD. Town of East Kishel Police Department, PAD. Arrow Park Inc., PAD. Kerhonkson Accord FAS, 12 lead. Olive FAU, 12 lead. Village of Milton, PAD. Ambulance, New York 2 LLC, 12 lead. Arlington LaGrange Lacrosse Club, PAD. They reached out to me. Town of Coquecton Vac, 12 lead, Salvation Army College for officer training, pad. Note 5 and 3. Moving along. Evaluation Subcommittee report.
Dan's in Japan. I don't know, Tam, do we have a lot this
Better.
since the last meeting? I think maybe
I
there's been
don't-
no cases.
I don't have any.
We had that nice meeting with Mr. Robinson from the state who helped clarify our sort of roles and responsibilities.
I only had that one, but we threw it back to the agency.
And then it just went to the agency, so
Yeah.
yeah, nothing to report.
And I think the other one that we had is with the state now.
Yep. I think everything's with the state.
All right.
After the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it sounded like when
Yeah,
we
oh, no,
talked
yeah,
to.
that's-
Richie. All right, New York State Department, DOH enforcement notifications, there's only a couple. Please be advised, as a result of the investigation conducted by the Department of Health, Wayne Allen of Gloversville, New York, has his certification revoked effective 9/26 for violations of Part 800. And Rafael Quinones Rodriguez of Troy, New York, certification surrendered effective 10/8/25 for violations of Part 800. Into the minutes.
That's it.
That's it. They're getting slack. All right, helicopter.
We met just before this meeting, and there are no incident reports, there's no communications issues, operations are going smoothly. The plan to start open thoracostomy or finger thoracostomy will be before the CMAC at the December meeting. And the Air Methods Northeast region earned 3-year accreditation from the Commission on Accreditation of Medical Transport Systems, CAMES accreditation, so we're again fully accredited for another 3 years.
And there was just one, any crews interested in training about LZ?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Alright.
true, yes.
Touch on
There's,
that.
yeah, there's a Air Medical Transport Conference just occurred, the national meeting of air and ground critical care transport, and there's a renewed push to have landing zone training provided by the air ambulances to any ground service agency, public service, that wants it. And it is not at any cost to the ground services or any public service agency. Just ask the aeromedical team to provide a LZ course and we will.
How big are the courses? Would you have like multiple agencies, like a few
Sure.
different fire companies, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's a PowerPoint, it's a safety around the aircraft.
Right.
That usually goes there, and you can see the aircraft and how it is, you know, loaded, unloaded, the angle of the blades, the tail rotor, etc. So it's a little bit of a show and tell, but it's also important to see the vehicle
Oh,
and
yeah.
safety around it.
Feels like it should be mandatory almost.
Well, it's an initiative that we've had forever, and we provide LZ courses, and it's just there. I think the number is 11 aeromedical crashes this year, which is an enormous uptick.
Is it?
And so the safety operation within AMTC said, have a renewed effort to go out and provide LZ classes to all of your ground agencies that you
That's
can.
national number, 11
11 in the country,
in the country.
yeah, this year.
Now, I know most EMS agencies aren't the ones actually setting up the landing zone, they tend to be the fire departments.
Fire.
Is there any requirement on the part of fire departments to, like, know how to do that?
Requirements.
Hmm?
I don't think there is any requirement.
I didn't know.
Dave, is that similar to what Steve Scully did over at the Orange County 911 dispatcher? Was it the same?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It was good.
We have that available, and it's
It was
just a
really good. Yeah.
renewed call to the air ambulance folks to say, go out and do this. Let's
It was really
do
good.
this again.
There might be time available at the Ulster County conference that's going on later this month? Are they doing anything there?
I would have to ask Steve.
Jeff Ashdown was asking if I had time. I think I'm working that day,
Okay.
but I don't know if that's something you could, because a lot of agencies go there.
Yeah.
It's, how long does it take?
I don't know. I haven't been to one in a while.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, I think we try to keep respect
like
everyone's
30 minutes
time.
an hour, right?
Yeah, like less than an hour.
It was like 45 minutes.
We try to keep it less than an hour just to.
But then people got to go up to the helicopter and just check it out, and like, you know, Dave said, it's important for people to see the logistics of how it works.
Right.
How you load a patient, how you get them up, that was more,
there's a hands-on kind of
Yeah.
component. Okay.
Okay, I'm sure Steve has it.
RTAC, is there an RTAC? I don't think there was. QI,
So I have nothing new to report except we're working on getting 0 kickbacks from our Imatron Schematron, which right now we stopped any charts that are not from an agency that's listed in the Hudson Valley from being able to submit a chart to our Hudson Valley, which means we also don't get to collect that data. They said we can change that if we want to, but for the time being, we did stop it. So if Northwell was to go from New York City to Vassar, we won't get that data right now. If that's stuff that you guys want, we can ask the state to reevaluate it, but currently they're just to meet the schematron to get 0 charts from throwing back. We've removed all of those charts.
do you have any idea how many, is it like 5 or is it like?
No, it's quite a bit. And depending on the day, me and Dave both got the email. Some days it would come out to be almost like 200 that would be kicked back. And I mean, that's anything outside of the Hudson Valley. So we're talking about Greene County, Columbia County, anywhere from New York City, anywhere that doesn't actually have a hospital here in the or an agency here in the Hudson Valley
But their transport's in
that they transported in or out.
or out?
Or out. So we stopped that data currently. I mean, if that's something you guys want, I can work with the state and get it reconfigured to come back. But right now, we stopped it, and so we can try to get everything to level out. Because it was causing other problems too, with where some of our agencies, their stuff was getting kicked back, and they shouldn't have.
You would expect the Northwell stuff to tick up, I think. It's just, I don't know if you need to
We're Northwell
address that
because
immediately,
no, because Northwell should be saving their charts underneath the Alamo account, so
Okay.
that should allow everything to integrate in properly.
but if they're going to, away from Vassar, or
It-
what if there are other sites?
That would be where we have to decide if we want that information or not.
Right.
Same thing with like Sky Health.
But wouldn't it be under the same Alamo?
Not
like
if-
it's
Not if they
Going out
save
from
it,
here?
if they save it underneath a different account number, yeah. So if they don't use the Alamo agency code and they save it underneath the Northwell agency code in Nassau County, it won't grab that data. So just as something to consider.
So, I mean, the majority of Northwell, at least right now, is transport, not
Yes.
emergency transports.
I think all of it so far in the Hudson Valley has been, yeah.
Yeah,
So the question is, is that something you want or not?
Eventually, at least eventually, right?
I mean, I can always tabletop this and we can always come back to it and currently just leave it the way it is and just next year in January retouch base on it.
yeah. I mean, over time, they're gonna be more and more present, and then
So.
they'll be here. And then I think it would make sense to make it, but I think we're still in the early stages of that, so you don't have to do anything right now.
The easy fix to that is just to use the agency code that's affiliated with the Hudson Valley.
The Alamo,
Yes.
Correct.
right.
That resolves all of it.
Now, would it make sense just to reach out to them and say,
I can,
do it this way?
I mean, I can look into their account later and just see where they're currently saving their charts under, and then reach out to them and ask them if they don't mind using our agency code. If not, we can add all of the Northwell to our integration account. It's something I'll work with the state with. And then you'll also get a lot of data from stuff that's not here.
Related, yeah.
Dr. Pappas, just to bolster what Tammy's saying, because I was seeing the reports too, they were coming to me at the same time. None of the reports were coming out of Northwood. These were multiple agencies out of either Westchester County or,
Greene
Columbia County, Greene County, they would jump across the border and come into one of the hospitals at a patient request, or pick up a patient going back to their areas. And we were just seeing, it would upward get 175, 200 every week. It was a lot
That's a
of,
lot of volume.
and it was just creating a bottleneck of the data moving back and forth, and Peter Brody was breathing pretty heavy to fix these. We're like, they're not our, we don't control any of those agencies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is, do we, I mean, if they're bringing in and dropping off, we don't oversee any of their
And that
activity.
was the point of blocking the data, but that's up to you guys of whether you
They
want
should
to
just
see
do
the
it under
data.
the agency code.
What's that?
They should just do it under the agency code, use an Alamo. would be
But unfortunately, it
much
was,
simpler.
the triggers were either the pickup or drop-off locations within the Hudson Valley.
That's what was triggering them in the first
Yeah,
place from
but
all the
It would be better
It
kickbacks.
was
if
a
it
lot.
was more defined and not all of Northwell, because that'll be hundreds and hundreds.
The weird part was, this just started,
Yeah.
probably within the last 2 months.
And it
So I
was,
don't know
and
what
like
triggers they changed.
Did Brody fix something?
I don't know.
And like Dave said, there
That's
wasn't,
probably the
it wasn't
case.
Northwell really. It was a lot of Greene County, a lot of Westchester agencies. There was a lot of Columbia County, Delaware County,
Oh, yeah.
anywhere that skipped over. So Northwell wasn't even like, I think we had one or two from them, one from Sky Health, but there were barely any of them from them. That wasn't really the big problem.
So it's lots of other agencies, but at the end of the day, they're agencies that we don't really oversee anyway, and so in the short term, I don't think it matters, but I guess long term, if it becomes more of an issue, we'll.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want the information from the calls saying like, I don't know, Greene County sending so many strokes to Mid-Hudson, then that's one thing, and I can have that data come back in. If we don't really want that data right now, then we'll just leave it as it is and we can always touch it later.
It's a risk-benefit thing, though, because there are obviously some operational hurdles that, like, if the rest of the system punks out because of it,
Yeah.
or, you know, then
But wouldn't the hospital capture that anyways though, Mark, right? Because if you have a stroke program, you're capturing where people come from, who came, and what
Yeah.
they come with, so.
what if we want to know about other people's stroke programs? No. Just kidding.
See why I'm sitting over
Along the lines, show of hands, who knows what a schematron is?
Schematron? Only because we've been in schematron meeting hell.
Unfortunately.
My entire,
It's not by
At least some of your
design.
prize comes by knowing.
I've heard the term schematron.
It's not a scantron. It's
Since,
different.
yeah. Since
I always
like
think the same
2008,
thing.
Yeah.
and I still don't actually know what one is. I mean, I guess it's just like overarching hierarchy of the system
It's a
that
Decepticon.
brings. Yeah, exactly. It's one step away from a Decepticon in my mind.
And just so you know, we do have a tag at the state level where we're looking at standardizing definitions, things like this, so hopefully less and less gets rejected as the data gets better defined.
We're hoping.
Not to prolong the meeting, but just a question. Is the state doing anything with like, not, I mean, it's the hip thing to ask, AI to,
I think you know
Actually,
the answer.
well, what?
Actually, yeah, that was on one of my image trend meetings. So image trend does allow AI
To write your
to write your narrative, but they're currently testing it out on the state end and hasn't released it to any of the agencies to be able to use to see if they're going to allow them to use it or not.
ESO does, we have been using it. There is a disclaimer on there that this is an AI-generated thing, the provider has to sign off on it. There's nothing outwardly facing, so it doesn't go public at all, it stays within the ESO suite group. And then you still have to sign off on it, and you can change it and, you know, do whatever and whatnot. And for some, we've been looking at it for a couple of months now, and some reports are dramatically better, and some reports are not. You know, it depends on the writer.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, you know, I think every physician in the room, you know, working in a hospital, there's a big transition to AI documentation. But what about, like, AI analytics for, like, all the data that we, you know, we have this massive schematron.
The state does have and part of the innovations committee is looking at this, and they've got a lot of folks really working on a report about it and a white paper about it. And of course, that changes daily with technology updates. But there's a lot of work being done by Dr. Redlener and company, so a lot of good stuff.
Eventually, the hope is, right, it'll all be integrated, same thing with the protocols too, right, where we suggest a protocol to you and what, right, so.
Mhm.
Right, yeah.
All right, cool. Moving along.
Can we, Tammy, I don't know if you want to talk about the manual?
Yeah, so,
Do you want me to talk about the manual?
yeah, because it's not in, it's still in talk.
Yeah. We've been working on, a number of us have been working on the QI manual to bring up to speed. The last iteration of it was a very long time ago. And so we've sort of rewritten it up to the state manual. And we're looking at doing a couple of things, sending information out to agencies about the manual and the need to do QI, what the new manual looks like. We are looking at performance metrics that are coming down the road, and so we wanted to integrate those into the quality improvement manual now during this rewrite. And part of those metrics are the agencies are supposed to send monthly stats on particular metrics to the region. So what we thought we would do is do it on a 6-month basis, as long as there were monthly looks at that particular data that they consider they've done at the monthly level. What we would like to do here are quarterly quality improvement meetings at the region that we could invite agencies to, and then we could look at data regionally or by county. That would suffice all of the requirements for quality improvement. It would get ideas back to Remac as well for opportunities for education or medical control and changing things in a little bit better sort of way than us saying, oh, what do you want to do? How about stroke? Yeah, we got to do that. Or, anything like that. And so that's something that we're looking at doing. We'll have that all together as a package and brought back to this group, moving forward.
Is that happening under protocol, or like? I mean, I saw the email chain. I didn't know whether.
I think it's just a little bit back and forth. Yeah.
But that's the idea, unless you all have a different thought about which way you might like to see it go.
I think any forward progress on QI is great, like in general, and so it's positive. Protocol.
I unfortunately had a personal conflict. I wasn't able to attend the last meeting, and the person who stepped into chair graciously is currently apparently in Japan.
Yes.
So I hadn't had a chance to catch up with him, so I don't really know what we discussed the last meeting. I know the policies.
I was working too.
The last of the policies were being finalized, and they were supposed to go out to everyone, and we were jumping at the credentialing policies next. And then this month next month we'll be building our agenda for the next year. We kind of knocked all of our old lingering projects off the agenda.
They fell off the back shelf.
No, we actually completed.
No, they finished. We finished stuff.
Yeah. For the first time since I've been on. That's not true. We finished projects before, so I don't have an update from the most recent meeting. I'm sorry.
There was the 20 minutes that I was there before I had to leave was all about policies and just finalizing that. Westchester. Remac report. Dr. Larson.
Dr. Larson's not here today. Not a ton to update. Basically, we're working on some adjustments with the regional credentialing thing. That's an ongoing thing. We recently transitioned over into 21st century with an online platform, which is overseen by our program agency coordinator, Jim Muller. So that's been working pretty well. There's some policy and procedure updates that I know are supposed to get looked at. There's an upcoming Remac meeting in a couple of weeks or so in Westchester, along with the Westchester Remsco meeting. So hopeful that some of those can be tied up and finalized at this upcoming meeting to make any implementation changes, etc. And then at that point, the follow-up meeting wouldn't be until the new year.
I think we forwarded our questions, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So they're going to incorporate some of those into their testing. All right, cool. CMAC. Do you want to do CMAC? Because the last one, did we have a meeting since
We had a meeting in
CMAC?
September.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
So next CMAC is next month.
Yeah.
The next
December
state
9th and
meeting is
10th.
December 9th and 10th. In lovely downtown Troy.
We'll be presenting the collaborative changes upcoming for the year at December, not to vote on, but just to try to solicit feedback. And hopefully, the more people that look at it, the more the errors will be caught before we actually publish it, so.
Yeah.
It's always like you find something.
Yep. But the plan would be to vote on it in February.
Cool.
Should note that the Part 800 changes were published and are in effect. Some of them go into effect April 26th, but it should note that there are some required medications on that list at the BLS level that weren't required previously. So people should take note of 824.
These are the equipment, like.
Yeah, the equipment regs, yeah.
Yeah, and then the other half go in October next
Yeah.
year, right? So it's half-half.
It's all available on the Bureau's website, under policies and procedures. You can find the new updates there, but people should check it for their agencies and make sure that they're in compliance when they go in effect.
Yeah, we got a NISVARA
Yep.
send out regarding that. So, great. New business. First item, approval of the PowerPoint presentations. Amy, do you want to, your three?
As that was, we thought that was 3. I don't know. You guys asked me to make PowerPoint presentations for the new medications. I think it was Duoneb, antibiotics, and I don't remember the other one.
Was it Racemic?
Maybe Racemic Epi was the other one? Because I think we already did Zyprexa and TXA.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be just so it's regionally approved to be used across all the agencies for training purposes.
Will they reside on like the website, or like where will people find them?
Yeah, we'll put them up on the website.
Yeah.
That's where the other ones are. We'll put them up there. We'll just say regionally approved training, and we'll have whatever the medication
Use at
is.
your own risk, yeah.
They were sent out via email. I mean, if anybody didn't look up, they look pretty good.
They look
They look good, and if any agency wants to add to it, they can add.
Yeah.
So we want to vote on that, or do we need to? All approve the new PowerPoint presentations. Let's just have a roll call
Show of
vote.
hands.
Okay, show of hands. Great, it's approved.
I will put them up tomorrow on Wednesday.
The antibiotics are optional, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct, you don't have to use them, right.
Every patient has to get one
Such a discussion.
until the cough goes away.
And then the way the protocol was written, it implied that you were giving both, like, there was some word clarification that had to happen, so.
It's amazing the work of a comma.
Yep. Because it read as give both,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
you had
it
to put a
did.
comma in there to fix it.
That's right.
It's funny. Approval of the Hudson Valley Clinical Policy and Procedure updates. I mean,
We didn't actually vote on them the last meeting, because not everyone had time to review them. But the last conversation I had with them, they were done. They're
Yeah.
ready to go. They've
Did you
been
send
updated.
them? Did we send them to the bigger group?
I don't
These went
remember.
out to Remac.
I know them.
What?
I looked at
Yeah, these went out to
Did you,
Remac along with all the PowerPoint
yeah, this was
presentations.
a while ago.
Yeah.
Or not even a while ago, it was 2 weeks, a week ago. Has everybody reviewed them? Do we want to have a, I mean, they're fine. Once again, do you want to have a hands vote? Just all approve? I assure you, they're fine.
Pepper says they're fine.
Yeah. This is a recipe for disaster. Like 6 months later, I'll be in the news. No, they did.
He said they were good.
He said they were good.
Do you want to delay to the next meeting, so all have reviewed them as well? Or you can trust me?
There's nothing earth shattering in there, right?
Yeah.
No,
No big
there's nothing.
changes. It's little nuanced changes.
The
Yeah.
biggest changes were done last year, the RSI and the Beacon TOT transfer ones. Everything else was just updated to be modern language and be in line with the state.
So let's have a hands vote. Everybody approve the clinical policy and procedure updates? Carries.
As long as it has a comma.
Yes.
Hundreds of commas.
All right, medical control review documents. So that's a new one. We talked about this, I believe, like briefly at the last Remac meeting. You know, one of the problems we have is we have so many providers coming and going at our various ERs. It is oftentimes difficult to keep everybody mapped, so to speak. And so we brought it up as an issue that we should make a push this year to really try to get everybody that is not MAC, that is working in our area, to be familiar with the protocols, because it does cause problems, right? Like when EMS calls for advice and the person's like, I don't know.
Why are you calling me?
Yeah, why don't you hang some
I don't know, what are your
blah, and
protocols?
it's some drug that we don't have. I think, it's sort of in our own best interest that we make a push to get all of our medical control providers updated. And so part of that was, besides actually just getting anybody who has not taken the medical control exam and become a medical control provider provided some ongoing CME for the people that did in the sense, not CME, but an ongoing assurance, so that it's really two components. One, I believe we have lists of every hospital's medical control providers now, and like for those that are here, you can grab yours, and otherwise we'll email them out, and you can see who is actually taking the exam and who's credentialed and who's not, and then use that to make a push to get everybody done this coming 6 months. And then the second thing was every 4 years, in order to stay on the list, the agencies or the hospital's ER medical director would submit a form saying that, you're right? You looked like in agony for a second. The hospital's medical directors would submit a sort of medical control protocol review form, which would just vouch that everybody, that the provider, the physician or APP that is credentialed has reviewed the protocols recently and is up to date. Anybody want to discuss that?
I would say, this is good, but, we may want to put together, because none of the hospitals do it, a PowerPoint or some sort of presentation on like an overview of medical control. I think a lot of our providers have no idea like how the system works, right? So it might be worth putting together, like we've done for other things, a standard, like orientation training packet, like a brief PowerPoint of, hey, this is what ALS is, this is what BLS, residents, they do their 2 weeks of EMS, but, let's face it, a lot of people who are working in our
10
areas
years later
don't
forget.
understand the system, yeah.
It's kind of sad, but it's not a bad idea. Huh?
It's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah.
Should there be also
Maybe for the
some...
future, maybe in
Someone-
26 we'll work on that.
I say we make a motion that our most frequent PowerPoint producer.
It's kind of a big
No, we'll
one.
discuss it
I'll
after,
help
that's a
you
big
with
one.
it.
Well, yeah, we're
Why don't we-
happy to-
this is a project, it's not like making one.
Not
for
tomorrow, but like maybe during 26 we
Over
can-
the course of this
yeah.
year.
I will add it to the desk.
I think that would be good, some kind of a,
Yeah, what is the scope of what, you can't discuss every protocol.
No.
So what should the scope be?
Maybe how to access the protocol, like what your roles and
The role of
responsibilities
medical
are
control.
as a medical
Right.
control
what we
physician.
do, yeah. And, it wouldn't be like a,
Protocols.
That's a
Yeah,
good point,
yeah.
like, do all the physicians know that there's an app?
Right, like link to Muru maybe, or one of the, yeah.
yeah,
I think a link to Muru will feature prominently in the PowerPoint.
Yes.
That we're going to create.
yeah. And also, I think.
How to handle an AMA, that, RMA, those kind of things.
We should also, all of us are at hospitals, we should make a push to make sure that there is a copy of the protocols by the phone.
On the desk.
Some type of, at the very least, just a copy, but.
And then the other piece of this, and there was supposed to be a CMAC advisor on this, and I haven't seen it yet. Medical control is available to all pre-hospital providers. Because
Not just
sometimes,
medics.
right, because sometimes BLS will have a question or a problem and they'll call and they'll be like, I only talk to the no, it's not just the medics, it's.
Not for nothing though, we discussed that, and I never read anything after,
I
but
know.
there's been an uptick in, I've been getting.
In BLS calls.
BLS
Yes.
calls calling me,
Honestly,
appropriately,
I have too, yeah.
Yeah,
so I feel like the word got out somehow.
yes,
Or it's just lack of ALS availability.
that too,
We're like, what do we do?
Really.
yeah.
Alright, so,
We should follow up on that CMAC advisory, though.
Do you want to talk to, you want to call Don, or do you want to call Don?
Maybe I'll email Don and copy you.
do we need to vote on this, or we just?
I don't know.
I think we
roll it
voted
out?
on it last month.
Yeah, we voted on it. That's why we made the whole
Maybe
thing.
we can tie it to the other issue.
Yeah, we should fix it.
Alright,
But we'll bring it back to you like in a few months probably, sounds right.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll give it to
This
Dan when he comes
form,
back.
you want,
Nobody's saying
So
tomorrow.
for each position, each
I want it
provider.
tomorrow, damn
are you
it.
doing this on all of their positions?
Once every 4 years, like, you
I
know,
mean, when would that happen? I mean, because eventually at different times and so on.
that's a good point. Interesting.
He said-
He said the credentials at
It should be
different
part of
times.
the orientation part, is what.
All, yeah,
But
but
this
all
is the-
medical control providers expire on, right now, everybody
29.
expires on January 31st, 2029. So from now until 2029, that's when you have to do this.
Got it.
For every
It's only
provider.
one time in the
And then-
4-year period.
One idea we had was that maybe over the course of a year, you might set aside some time during a monthly faculty meeting just to go over roles and responsibilities and ways to access the protocol.
That's where they could use our PowerPoint. that
I
we're
like
gonna
that
create.
in
Exactly.
PowerPoint though.
Yeah.
So we have
Because then
the
it's
PowerPoint.
standardized.
That's gonna get a lot of mileage there.
And we share what we think is important background for the
Yeah.
control.
I think we should
Sorry.
use AI to do it.
I was getting, it's funny you would say that. In my head, I was like,
Yeah, you have
we'll
reached
have
the AI medical
Copilot set it
control.
up. Hello, I'm Copilot.
That's the answer.
Tell me what's
You've
going
called?
on.
Imagine.
All right. So
Well, I
that
don't think that's
brings
gonna
us to
happen.
open forum. Anybody got anything new?
So everyone knows there's a nasal form of epinephrine now that's on the
Yeah,
market.
yeah.
I don't know if anyone's looking at using that, but it's probably incredibly
I was
expensive.
gonna say, has anybody priced that out?
But
Maybe.
I think, yeah. I think at some point in the future, right, we may be seeing people use it for hospitals.
Wasn't there an email
$300
about
a
this?
dose.
Like in the last?
How much a
It's
dose?
$300 a dose, but you can get it on Amazon for $60.
Okay, well, that's cheaper than an EpiPen.
Yeah,
60?
yeah, but it looks exactly like the Narcan.
Yeah, it's the same like little squirt thing like an
Whoops.
Narcan.
Yeah, and the same blister pack if you don't turn it over and actually read it, because all the colors are the same. Yeah.
Still
So
unconscious,
the
but the
weight
heart
is
rate's
the
really
EpiPen, but that weight is the Narcan one.
Either way, you'll get a reaction.
All right, I have something. So, we've had an influx of agencies, BLS agencies, asking for 12-lead training. Per our website, there was a regionally approved 12-lead training that we don't have. I don't know if it was ever made. It's way before my time.
It was
So-
Ed Horton.
Was it?
He used to do the 12 liters.
I
Really
don't
way
have
before
it.
your time.
Oh yeah, way before my time. So,
10 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's who did it. That's who did it. He went everywhere and did
10
it.
years ago.
technology may have changed a little.
Tammy, I might have it. I might have a copy.
I was like, we don't have one, so we didn't know if we wanted to find the old one or if everybody's okay with them having a CIC do each agency does their training. I don't know who everybody else has been using over the years. It's just we've had a huge influx in asking.
If we have one, it might be a good idea just to use it, since it's one of the BLS adjuncts. We should have a
I was
standardized.
gonna say, it'd be nice to have a standardized thing that everybody
Just if we can find it, just
does.
update it maybe.
Yeah, if we already have it, it might need to just be updated, but I have a drive left over from Mobile Life that has all of those types of things, so I'll look for it.
We'll
Yeah,
take it,
How
Yeah, we'll
extensive
take
it
it.
is, Bob? Like,
because
how,
we can't find
What?
anything.
BLS.
how extensive?
BLS,
What are they
or-
going over?
I used it, when we were at Mobile Life a few times for BLS, but I also used it for just some mild remediation of medics as well,
Sure.
for some basic stuff, and it was good.
And we would put it up during
Yeah.
the ACLS research,
Mhm.
and we'd go through, because it was a good PowerPoint.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was
it's
Ed,
old,
he
but it's-
didn't pull punches with it, like, it
Yeah.
was good. I'll look for it, I think I'm 99% sure I have.
I do not, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you send it, then.
Absolutely.
I think that would be great to have a standardized version that everybody's using, as opposed to like,
We'll take it.
you know.
And as Dave was saying, a lot of people may be doing it because of the iGel stuff. Preparation. I do not know if that's gonna be a requirement from the state for agencies to do
For IDEL?
the adjuncts to be part of the iGel program. I don't know if that'll be part of the policy. Because that was part of the pilot.
I think that's why everybody's trying to get it, so
I just think.
when the supraglottic airway comes out.
Well, I think it's great, so, I mean, in a way, if it forces them to become 12 lead, you know,
Yeah, but a lot of agencies are saying that they can't afford it.
Hey,
yeah.
send it to me.
Well, what's a
You want it to?
Yeah.
read-only monitor cost now? Like I have no idea. Like a BLS dual lead.
They're not hardly as expensive as the regular monitors are. Even if you get a refurbished one that only does that particular capturing and sending it off.
Like $2,000.
Yeah.
And probably capnography, if they're gonna invest in it, they want that too, for the,
Sure.
For their
Well,
BLS,
just-
super glottic airways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Although you could use something like an Emma device, which
Yeah.
is far less and, shows
That's much
waveform
Yes.
and much cheaper and all that.
Yeah.
One of the difficulties is the machine has to be locked out from manual defibrillation. Has to be locked into AED, or the state will flag it.
But you can buy them the ALS unit can.
Correct, it just has to be reconfigured by the manufacturer, whoever's doing it, but
So
that was
that
what a
you-
lot of agencies were doing, they were buying outdated or,
Like old
machines that have
life
been
packs
traded
that-
in, but they have to make sure that they're converted to BLS only, and that they don't have manual defibrillation still enabled.
You can program that, yeah.
Correct.
Makes sense. All right. Any other new business, open forum? Just to touch on what Jeff was saying earlier about the Part 800, we received this mail from Nicevara. In addition to the Part 800 changes, there are new CPR guideline changes coming. And so keep an eye out for that.
Nothing earth shattering.
Yeah.
although I've heard from one of my agencies about it, because there's a sentence about the basic Lucas device, mechanical CPR, that I think people are gonna be reticent to maybe invest in these devices if we're moving away from them, but
I don't know that we are though, I mean, it's
I
not
think we
much
should still-
different than 2020's recommendation.
Exactly.
There's never been any study that shows a benefit
Correct.
to,
Right.
but there's provider safety issues and other.
that's what I
things.
told the people that's what I told Scott Merritt, yeah, he was asking, and I said, no, for provider safety and the fact that we don't have unlimited manpower, we
Right.
should still be using them.
As
Yeah, I don't know that
operational
you should
benefit, but
Use it
not-
in the ER, but in the field, right, like, you don't have that many people who can do compression, so.
even in an ER, when you need techs to watch patients that are suicidal, it's good to
And I
have
think
one.
the biggest reason was the thing migrating.
Yeah, I think people do get a little complacent with them, and then the plunger migration, like, I've seen Lucas Misadventures, and I think people don't pay enough attention to it when they're using a device.
Yeah.
We have the Zoll Auto Pulse NXT on the helicopters, and the bands, they also do migrate.
Yeah, you just gotta monitor it if you use it.
Yeah.
So,
Is there any like amazing?
Oh, like plungers going low, there was one, I've seen, one case where it actually broke the skin. Ooh, and it was like, ooh, yeah.
Internal.
It became internal compression.
Wow. And some updated guidance for opioid overdoses, I guess, for the basic assessment. And that's that. Any other new business? 10:20, shortest meeting yet. Motion to adjourn? Second?
Second.
Thank you, everybody.
Emails on the way, Doctor.
Thank you.
So what's the motion?
Ed Horton taught me how to read
Grade
vocals
Ridge,
20 years ago. Yeah, because he did my paramedic class.
Thank you.
But probably, if I looked at this PowerPoint, I probably would recognize it. It's probably what you made back then.
Oh, did you mention this? I mean, did she want this mentioned?
Oh,
Everybody
wait.
stop.
Hold on!
I left a piece of paper out, I apologize. Just to read into the minutes, Garnet Health, Montefiore Health System has affiliated with Garnet. So,
Or the other way around.
or,
Garnett is affiliated with Monty.
correct. There is an affiliation between the two.
That was